Greetings and peace. I hope you and yours are doing well today, wherever you might be watching this from, and you're enjoying the month of June, wherever you might be in the world. And may this month be one of prosperity, blessings, love, and happiness for you and your loved ones. Now, the topic of today's discussion will be the aspect of how do you ensure your longevity in, let's say, Freemasonry or any path in any spiritual path of self-improvement that one might follow in their life. So what you do is first, it's about your intention. What is the reason why you're getting into any of these paths? Is it to get any kind of a social club benefit, for networking, to make connections? Because if that's what it's for, then 9 out of 10 you will get disappointed, and eventually, because your intent was not right in the first place. Because remember, there are no coincidences in life, but it's your intent that dictates the synchronicity which will take place in your life, depending on what kind of energy you're putting out, and that's what you will get back. So when you do these things and you realize, okay, I'm trying to become a better human being, trying to become a better husband, better father, better brother, better friend, for a woman, better wife, better mother, better sister, better friend, you name it. It's all about perception and which side of the spectrum that you're on. So you find these different paths, and let's say you go to one path and the other path. So ultimately, how you ensure your longevity is to find the balance. Find the balance which will basically help you in your personal life, the path that you're dedicating to, and anything that you're putting out there which ultimately helps you become a better person. Because anything out there that has light, no matter where it's from, whatever religion or philosophy or group, if it makes you a better person and it has light giving it to you, then that's something that's of God. Anything that's causing division or ego, or putting others down and not giving human value to others, know that that path is not of God. Anything that causes division is ungodly. So we have a point within a circle. You have Almighty God, what people call the Most High, or the creator of the universe. And he is that point within the circle. What the Sufis say, that Allah is the only reality, that everything else is an illusion, but a projection of that divinity manifested in these different life forms, experiencing this dreamlike reality together. Now, if it's a point within a circle, all of these paths, A, B, C, D, no matter what path you follow, as long as you do right by that path, that's how you ensure your longevity in the long run. Where in the modern society today, people are just bored. They're not happy with their selves, with the world around them, with their relations. It's less people getting married, less people having children, and we're just headed towards a transhumanist society where it will be a time where some of the school textbooks I used to read, that there would be a time there would be robot cars outside patrolling, and the humans would not be allowed outside past a certain time. That's where we're headed towards, because even with all of our knowledge and whatever that we have available to us, technology, we're still a very backward society. I go to the park, I see trash all over the place. I still see men not respecting women, women who are not finding that balance between their own self, between the feminine and masculine, and not being able to find that respect for their other half as well. And that's the shaitan, what I call the darkness, or iblis, or what in the English terminology would be known as the devil. So that darkness, or the 3-letter word ego, it will come and cause separation between all of you, telling you that you need to stay away from him or her in order to ensure your safety. But that's just keeping you away from the people that you love. So what about that is that why do you worry? Because you're an immortal energy being that will always exist in some way. It's what I joke with my friend. I said I'll always exist in some way. I might come back as as an eagle, a tree, whatever God decides to manifest my energy as in the next life. I will continue to exist in some way, shape, or form. Like we see in example from Hollywood with Matrix 3, with Neo supposedly dying in the end, but now we see Matrix 4, that somehow, some way, your energy is transformed, and your purpose continues to transform in other ways. Now, with all of these things that I've outlined for you, if you keep that in mind, whatever path you're following of spirituality or religion to try to be a good person and get close to God, if you keep that balance and that mentality that this is a temporary school and we're just here walking each other home, uplifting each other's hearts, happiness, building relations, then you found that balance. It's all, what do they call it? It's all vanity, or it's all semantics, where even the rich people, like saw in the news recently, the rich people and their spouses, it's not about the money. It's about the happiness inside of you. You waste all of your life working hard for these degrees, jobs, putting a mask on at these corporate places. What is any of that going to do for you? We're all here for as long as we're meant to do the things that we need to do, see the people that we need to see, go to the places we need to go in a synchronistic fashion which has been laid out for our dream lives. And then when the time comes, you depart to the next realm. And depending on your actions and how you carry things out in this life, then that's ultimately what will dictate your next move, where you will end up. So with the time that you have here, use it wisely and just love everybody, respect each other, and know that we're all the same no matter what. So if, let's say, I'm here in the East Coast and there's 6-7 ways for me to get to New York City from here where I'm at. So no matter which way I take, it's all taking me to the same place. So it's one mountaintop but many different paths leading up to that said mountaintop. So, and you need to find that balance to ensure your longevity. I remember there was this one guy who always reached out to me and said, okay, I'm in Islam and now I want to try New Age, now I want to try Buddhism. You can't live your life like that, because ultimately you end up hurting yourself and the people around you. So you got to be firm on any path that you choose. You got to be firm about that, because then even God is not happy with you if you're always jumping around and second guessing yourselves in terms of commitments and other paths that you have chosen to walk. And how you find that balance is make sure you don't let any path overburden you, because the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that, I'm using my religious example, that don't make Islam difficult for the people, that Islam is not a compulsory religion. What is the definition of it? Submission to the will of the Most High, to submit, to surrender. That's what all of these paths are teaching you, to surrender to the higher power and let them guide you and help you with your life and your actions and your heart and your thoughts in the capacity that you're meant to. So when any person starts following a spiritual path, they'll dedicate their entire time and existence to it, which then comes into the problem where you falling out of balance, where now you're not paying attention to your family, now you're not paying attention to your job, now you're not paying attention to your family responsibilities, your finances, because your entire existence now revolves around this path. And if you fall into that trap, then you dug that own hole for yourself. Because remember, anything that's out there, any path or spiritual group, whatever it's out there, remember, it's all volunteer. You're choosing to participate with the intent that it will help you. And those that come for the wrong reasons, they usually weed themselves out anyway and go away. So the intent and you finding that balance is ultimately what will ensure your longevity. Where I know, okay, there's 7 days in a week. 5 days or 4 days I have to work. And the other time, including in those 5 days, I have to give time to myself and family and take care of my finances, my house stuff, my bills, etc. And then 2 days I have to myself. Now 1 day I can give to my family and friends. The other day I could give to my path, the path that I'm following. So if you find that balance where you don't compromise yourself, your family, your friends, and you basically with your path, then you ensured walking that middle path. Like the Buddha said, you can't have extremity of any side because that will ultimately damage you. You have to walk in between. That's what will help you. Now I can use Freemasonry as an example. Many who have the fervor to pursue the path and learn as much as they can and be a great person, but then what ends up happening, they end up neglecting their health, their jobs, their finances, their families, and ultimately you got out of balance and you did that to yourself. You can't blame Freemasonry or Sufism or any other path. You need to learn in order to ensure your longevity to find that balance with anything, not just, spiritual paths, but anything in your life. If anything falls out of balance, then it ultimately hurts you. And when you find that perfect balance, that's when you enjoy your experience, you enjoy your endeavors. And you won't like go away after a few months or 2 years or 3 years. That's ultimately what will help you, is then you will enjoy everything. It will be natural to you. You won't be having intrusive thoughts or second guessing yourself about who you are and what you stand for and what you need to do. Now, other things to ensure your longevity in certain paths is find your niche. What is it that helps you be a learner and a teacher at the same time? Like, I found my niche. This is my niche right here that ensures my longevity. My book, my YouTube videos and lectures that I've been putting out since 2019. And how has it helped me? My presentation skills have gotten better. My speaking skills have gotten better. My confidence to unapologetically put myself out there in front of the whole world and just share my truth and stand in my truth. So, and be able to see the oneness of all races and religions like I have taught in my videos. So, I have gotten something from my path by ultimately finding my niche, where it helps me become a teacher and a student at the same time, and to find that balance between my life and the paths that I follow. And then that's it. That's how you ensure that longevity, the niche, and the success. You have to know, what are you good at? Are you good at reading? Are you good at comprehension? Are you good at interpreting? What is it, the skill that you have that helps you find that balance and be a teacher, and at the same time be a learner, and at the same time find that longevity and find that balance in between, which makes you keep coming back and coming back. It's like a video game that you might buy, right? So you might pay $60 for it. Okay, it'll keep you entertained for maybe 5 or 6 months. Then what do? They release a DLC, keep you coming, DLC, and you make that investment because it's giving you entertainment. So these different paths out there, you make investment of your time, energy, and resources in hoping that it will help you benefit in some way. But it's also your intent. And remember, if no one else is teaching or being the light in any path that you're involved in, if they're not doing what you're expecting, then you are the master builder yourself. You show them the example, like how I have and many others have. You be the change you wish to see in the world, which is the cliche quote that is often used. So you take the mantle, because I've noticed that in terms of the doers and the critics are a lot of them, but the doers are very few, because everybody likes to talk and have a solution to all the problems, but they're not willing to put themselves out there. And that's the reason why our world is still suffering, not just in America, but all over the world, because there's less doers and more talkers. And we live in a society where we just want to see, I guess, people divided and just getting over on people, and capitalism, and I guess there's just so many other things that you can interpret, whether you stand for it or whether you don't. I'm just offering my own thoughts as a free man and how I've seen society in terms of their being happy with their alcohol, their ball games, being promiscuous, not committing to each other. And that ultimately degenerates and destroys a society. And I would encourage any man or woman out there that's listening to me, find a path that works for you, whether it's religious, philosophical, spiritual, and find out what isn't in that path that can help you become a better human being. And what you do is, when you find that path, deal it with a form of balance, where it doesn't put other things in your life out of balance. If you could do that, on top of finding a niche or a talent that can help you within that path by helping others and yourself, then you found that equilibrium. Then you found that balance. And that's what will ultimately help you. That's what will help you. And you always need to let your heart be your guiding key. Always let your heart guide you, your intuition. Because remember, you could go through all of this stuff, but all of this stuff, and at the end, you end up always doing what's right for you. So it's know thyself. You come to those realizations yourself. Some people get it, some don't. Like it says in the Holy Quran, one of the verses, that there are some people that will be kept blind, deaf, and dumb. And you could show them all of the knowledge and documents and evidence. Some people are just not meant to get it. And it says that in the Holy Bible as well. I believe in Matthew's that many are called but few are chosen. So all of these paths are telling you that you have to be willing to go out there and help yourself and help humanity. And that's my promise to God, is that I want to leave this world in a better condition than I inherited in. Not just for the human beings, but all other beings and species and seen and unseen forces that operate on this realm. Because that's why humanity and the earth is out of balance. Because we're too busy consuming and destroying and throwing trash all over the place, and we can't even get our own house in order, where we have socioeconomic problems, gentrification, everyone's having that racism and religion problem, and who's right, who's wrong, who's going to hell and who isn't. That's suffering. That's suffering, and you got to learn to be able to find that oneness in your heart for all people. Find that respect for women. Find that respect for men. Find that respect for your elders. And we need to be in that balance where people know their roles, know who's the protector of society, who's the nurturer of society, and we come back into that perfect balance. That's when the blessings of the Most High come back into your life. And also to admit when you mess up, admit when there's a problem, admit when there's something in your life out of balance. Because the more you try to run away from problems, or let's say you're out of balance and things are not working, then you got to admit that, okay, I got to sit down. Okay, I got to deal with this, and you work out an intent and game plan. It comes back to my point of the intent, because your intent will dictate your synchronicity. And when that happens, you find that longevity, you find that balance in your path, whether it's whatever religion or philosophy or group that you're following, and then you've found a talent or something that you're good at, which helps you be a learner and a teacher, then that will ultimately help you find that peace and fulfillment in your life, where instead of jumping from one place to another, one path to another, one partner from another, you know what is it that I got to work on within myself and heal myself, love myself, know thyself, understand thyself, and before I can do that for anybody else. And not be distracted or fall astray to a society who's happy as long as they got their little money in their pocket, alcohol, ball games, their little promiscuity, whatever that they do on the side, not being faithful to their spouses. What is that going to do when the time comes for you to answer for everything that you've done in this life? Do the right thing while you got the time to do so. I could go to sleep right now and not wake up. That's how I view my life every day. That if I woke up, then that means God still has a purpose for me. So don't let anybody put you down. If you woke up, you're still needed for something. Some people leave when they're young. Some people leave in their middle age. Some people leave at their elder age. But you're here as long as you're needed. Not a second more, not a second less. And with that positivity and conviction, no matter what you follow, know that the agents of chaos and darkness, who also exist in all races, religions, countries, and groups of the world, will try to discourage you and take you away from any path or individual that will benefit you in any way. So know how to identify these elements. That's also a part of ensuring your longevity and balance and success in any path that you follow, and fulfillment. Because when you're close to that equilibrium and you make that connection with the Most High, then then the minions of darkness will try to come around you and use elements of your past, present, or future against you in some way to try to find your weak spot and try to sever your link with God. So stay firm on any path that you follow. Stay firm and be a man and woman of your word. Do the right thing always with the time that you've been given. And follow a path that makes you a better human being, that helps you find peace in your life. And once you find that path, deal with it in a balance, and in a balance which does not compromise yourself, your family, your way of life, your living, how you have to survive in this world with the concept of bills and responsibilities and all that. So once you find that balance, you found the path that's helping you be a better human being, then you find the niche. and the niche is your quality or your trade or your craft, and then you master that and you become better and better and better, where at the same time now you create your own independent platform, your own independent voice, and teach that to others and encourage them to do the same. So it's like a circle, those fractal circle of infinite goodness of Almighty God that it extends all over the world. So if we all, let's say a few people do that, then other few people did that, other people did that, then it's just going to be a continuous spiral of goodness and self-improvement spreading around. How do we make this world better? When the people of this world get better and the beings of this world get better. That's how this world will get better. Maybe I will see it in my lifetime if God grants me that privilege. Maybe I won't. But I will do what I can with the time that I have. I just had my birthday yesterday, and now I'm at the age of 29. So I guess God has given me the privilege to do the things that I've did in my 20s basically. And who knows what lays ahead in my last year of the 20s and 30s, and if God allows me the privilege to continue to be here on this realm, to do what I need to do, to spread the goodness and unity between all beings while I got the time to do it. And that's pretty much it. That's my purpose, that's my niche, that's what brings me happiness. And I just keep that peace and fulfillment in my heart. That's it. Just wish well for others. Intent and synchronicities, what you put out, it will be given to you. So always do right by others. Don't let the distractions and the competitions of this world destroy anything for you, for the people that you love, and the people that you care about. So please think about the things that I always teach you in my videos. It's not for me, it's for you, because I love all of you. And when we have true love in humanity, that's when peace can be restored. And that's it. Find those things, and learn to let go of everything from your heart, mind, body, and soul, which is clinging on to you. Learn to let it go. Learn to find peace. Wish well for others, because a lot of your life is a mix of either predestiny and free will, in terms of your spouse and how many children you're having, what you're going to achieve, what you're going to fail in. So with that in mind, why worry? Why be in anxiety? Why be in fear? I don't worry. I've been through a lot of challenges in my life, but I'm still standing here right in front of you, smiling, doing what I do. So just be happy, be happy, be happy. So that's my message for June 2021. Peace and love to all of you. Uncle Sal loves you.